So I'm going to talk a little bit about the London experience, because I left for London before the Hare Krishna explosion really took off, and devotees were still in New York at 26 2nd Avenue. I spent almost over a year in London looking for a suitable premises for a temple, when suddenly Gurudas happened to meet a man who was a supervisor or a superintendent of a building that had several apartments in it in San Francisco, where Shyamasundar and Malati were living. So he said that I know of a place that you can move into straight away. It's right in the central part of London. So that sounded like it was too good to be true, but it actually happened. It was very difficult, but it was almost in the very center, geographical center of London, Sevenbury Place. After struggling for over a year to find a premises, this one was practically handed to us. It was an unusual situation because we didn't have a proper lease. It was just an agreement between two lawyers. Our lawyer firm was Goodman and Derrick. Goodman and Derrick were the lawyers for Harold Wilson, who was then the Prime Minister of England. So we thought that it was a pretty okay deal, even though it was a little strange, it was a little awkward. But that's where we started our movement. And then we asked Prabhupada to come to inaugurate the temple and install the deities. We didn't have enough money to pay for his airfare, so he loaned us the money, and fortunately we paid it all back. He arrived on the 11th of September 1968, and it was a special day for us, and it was a special day for Prabhupada because it was just a few days after the Hare Krishna mantra was released on Apple Records, which was a big event for us. It was kind of becoming a rock and roll star. Anyway, the greeting for Prabhupada was arranged by the Apple people. So the airplane landed near what was called the VIP room at Heathrow Airport. Prabhupada came out of the airplane, down some stairs, and the immigration formalities were taken care of right then and there by a gentleman who was representing the immigration department. And from there, after a short walk, he came to the VIP room where about 10 devotees were waiting. And it was a typical London day, very drizzly and rainy and full of wetness, but Prabhupada came anyway. We had arranged for a press conference in this VIP room, and we had invited several reporters from Fleet Street. They were called the Fleet Street Boys. They were mostly what they call the gutter press people, but they were very, very challenging. And as Prabhupada arrived and had a little kirtan, afterwards he converged on them. And we thought they were going to be very aggressive. But as soon as one of them asked Prabhupada, "What have you come here to teach?" he said, "I have come here to teach what you have all forgotten, and that is God." And for the first time, I saw this group of reporters almost speechless. They didn't know how to react. And then Prabhupada went on to say, "Some of you are saying there is no God and God is dead." And he spoke for about 20 minutes to these people. And they took a lot of pictures, asked a lot of questions afterwards. And the next day, in the daily sketch, there was a big photograph of Srila Prabhupada, a 2-page spread of him, and he liked the picture so much that he had a painting of it made. He was chanting with his kartals, and there were big letters across the 2 pages that said, "Enter A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami." Very good. Hare Krishna.